And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Satisfactory. Okay, industrial storage. I finally got this stuff ready to go. A lot easier to place it when it's this way. Okay, logistics. Yay, stators. So each one of these, good recipe is 8 per minute. So again, I have that's 16. That's 32 a minute that I'm making, which is good. I'm not nearly making as many rotors a minute. Not so good. But stators are used for more things. Alright, time to finally hook the Caterium up here. This will really kickstart the Caterium way out there. All right. Yeah, there's a hothead down there somewhere. There he is. I like how he switches direction the second I shoot. How does that work? All right. I had a little bit of Caterium on me, so I threw the ingots in there. Just how we managed to build some right away. Alright, so the next thing we need to automate is one of the materials for the space elevator. Now that we have these automated, we are going to want something to make the versatile framework. And if we take a peek at that, if we peek at that recipe, or should we make motors first? 10 rotors and 10 stators per minute. And I'm making what, 32? Yeah. So let's see what our rotor situation is. Ugh. Those are iron rods. Where's our rotors? So we are making 8 a minute. So now we're not even making enough rotors to keep one crafter going. And we have, you know, a couple of different things. We got smart plating is kind of shut down right now, but let's see if we get a better rotor recipe. Fuse quick square, compacted steel screw. That's a good recipe to have in a bind. 260 per minute with one crafter. It's a pretty good recipe. Let's try again. I'm gonna save a few of those for, you know, an oily day, so I don't want to use too many. All right, we have, I don't know how much production we have behind here. 4 rotors per minute. Yeah, I'm sure that there's one involving steel. We just have to cross the fingers and hope that we get it. Because where's this iron? This iron's coming from way over here. Yeah, look at all the steel that we have over here. Actually, this whole setup... Ooh, yeah, we have efficiencies that we can attempt here. So I am going to shut this off here. Wow, is this a Mark 1? It is. We haven't upgraded this yet. OMG, we haven't upgraded this yet. Which tells me we need to actually start using... Let's start using some of those rotors so that system drains itself out. I think that would be a good idea. So we have stators being made here. Motors, I mean, I'm not sure. Let's look at the motor recipe. I think it was what, 10 each? Let's give ourselves some space. No sense in being all cramped and stuff. Nice decent amount of space there. Motors, yeah, 10 per minute. We can handle a motor manufacturer here. No big deal. How much concrete do I have? I really should work on getting more concrete out here. So a motor, we are going to... how are we going to store these? I like to flip them to the side. I think... I don't think I'm going to put motors on the bus. I really don't think I should do that. So we are going to do just plain old industrial storage. Well, let's do a merger first, just in case we want to expand it later, because I'm sure turbo motors are a thing, and they're going to be super expensive. Okay. Oh, and then I need one here. And in order to future-proof this, let's get these two there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in case. Just in case we want to add another one. Basically, what we need... This bottom one will be the rotors coming from the bottom down here. Look at that. It's like right there. Oh, it could not have been. Look at that. It almost lines itself up, which is crazy. Let's lift these. I'm going to lift them this direction. And then these are going to come down this direction. And then let's see if we can get a belt there to there. Yay! And then this, relatively easily can slide in right there to there. And now the system can be expanded upon as needed. So splitter down here. And then one over here. It's a little tight of a fit, but it is what it is. Okay, you can go right in there, and you can go in there. And we have power. I try to run it next to the bus, and then a separate pole for where it's actually needed. I kind of missed the squared off foundation on these. It was really easy to line them up. Okay, we now are consuming rotors and making motors, which is good because, you know, we have a few of those to go. Now the heavy frames are going to use, or whatever, what do they call it? Versatile frames. They use the regular frames. Let's just throw one of these down. Versatile framework, that's what I'm looking for. So these things use 30 beams a minute. It's brutal. That's a lot of beams per minute. Considering how much crafting I have behind the scenes, that's a lot of beams. 2.5 modular frames per minute. Now, modular frames, I do believe we have 2 crafters on those. And part of me wants to... There they are, right there. They were literally right below me. That's why I couldn't find them over here. I wanted like a little way to walk down there, but you know, in lieu of that, let's get a We want to leave a little bit of space. I think right here would probably be a great spot for a hypertube. Hypertube. So let's get one. No, I want to do around the edge. There we go. And then we want one. Hey, look at that. Now we got a power pole right there. Let's upgrade that guy. And then a hypertube lined up here. Entrance. It's because this is a little bit further of a fall, and I'm not sure if I would hurt myself. So now I should be able to go right up into there, pop out right here. And if I need to go down, I can just... Wow, that flings me a long ways. Okay, so these are what? 2 per minute. Oh, I know we gotta have a better modular frame recipe. Like, I know there's a better modular frame recipe. I just don't know what it entails. Let's go check to see. That looks like it's still going. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Okay, so obviously we can only support one of these at the moment. Because 2.5, that is brutal. Now I'm hoping that, let's see, we're going to need steel plate coming off of there. This would be just an ideal place to do it right here. Because we got the frames, although the frames, to be fair, are going to be used in the, another recipe. So I think it might be best if we start looking at bussing some of this stuff. Mainly the frames. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to do the frames and the reinforced plates. Rotors, not so much. And hopefully this system is up and running. We have a lot of iron to process through here. Yeah, see, this is all going, and we have these still. This is shut off over here, thank goodness. But I don't even know if we have... We're going to need probably to pull the iron up top somehow. We're going to need to pull that iron up here to smelt. I think this is high enough where I can go above. Yeah, see, I can build above the miners here. It does clear them, which will help. Okay, so that will help that whole system. So this can get tearing down. Oh, wrong one again. This one here, I'm going to take you, grab these away, take that. I need an extra portable miner. And production. Yeah, let's just keep it the same orientation. Only right above me here, we might be able to get away with... Oh. Darn. Well, we could fudge it a little bit. Go like this way. So now this is 120, we can put this back in here. And we can say, how about 240 a minute? How about that? Now we'd be able to make a lot of rotors. It'll probably happen just in time to get this recipe unlocked. Look at that, bolted frame. Perfect. Perfect. I like it. That could not have gone better. Honestly, that just could not have gone better. Oh, we have a lot of mycelia stuff left to do. Well, I could actually do this one now. Got stators automated. Oh, yeah, we got... I don't have any quartz stuff going yet. It's tough going from... Oh, wow. Yeah, see the hitbox? There's something... There's something on this that... I don't know. It's weird. These Mark IIs, they have a weird hitbox. I was thinking words. Let's see. What was I thinking? Yeah, I lost my thought. It just flittered out of my head when I noticed the hitbox on this, and I don't know what I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, this has got a ton of iron to go through. But now that we have the new frame recipes, bolted frames, I might be able this is 2 per minute. Bolted frames. Nope, why am I in that? Must be break time. Bolted frame. Let's check these recipes here. So this makes 2 bolted frame, or 2 frames. This makes 2 frames, only costing 3 reinforced plate. 3 reinforced plate. So you get twice the amount for the same amount of reinforced plate. Screws, 56 screws, 12 iron rods. 20, 12, 24, 36, 48. So it costs a little bit more in iron for screws. Maybe like, I don't know how many ingots. 56 and 48. I mean, that's what, 8? That's 2 ingots difference. 2 ingots difference compared to 2 per minute, 5 per minute. I am on board with this new recipe, so I am going to shut down. We are... Yeah, we need to shut all this down too, because again, we can double this output. We have... These are Mark II miners, I believe, but they're not overclocked. So yeah, we could double this output. So I'm going to shut this one off. And I'm going to shut this one off. Because what I'm going to do is one of these doubled will feed all of these. Right? These are 30 per minute, 30, 60, 120, 240. Yes. One of these doubled will feed all of these. That one doubled I can bring up and have a whole nother setup to make reinforced plate, because we're going to need more reinforced plate now going forward. I might even hook up the smart plate again. This has been turned off. Yeah, I might turn this back on. Just to get this up and running. First, let's... This is just all sorts of bad. Reinforced plate. I kind of want to move all of this out. So... Because I'm going to need a lot of space. I'm going to need a lot of space for the smelting and all of that kind of stuff. So let's tear this smart plating system down. This is distracting me. Okay. Trying to clean it up a little bit in here. I know that there's an area of effect, or there's a way to like do that. I don't really do it when I'm pointing in my base though, because I've discovered that I tend to dismantle stuff that I really don't want to dismantle. Okay. So yeah, a few more screws, like 2 ingots worth of screws. And then I can actually make screws directly now. I think these are directly making screws. Yes, these are rotors we're not using the new recipe for. This one we are. Okay, so if we want to start making the versatile frameworks, at the very least, we're gonna want. Let's get this squared away here. We're gonna want reinforced plate. We're gonna want frames, and we are gonna want. Do we want rotors? No, we're not gonna do rotors. I'm really not sure. Well, smart plating use. Yeah, let's put rotors. Let's put rotors on the bus because smart plating uses them. Okay, so those are rotors, which means these guys can now come down to where they need to go. So we have you. Wow, these are really up there. And you. Obviously that one's going to be for copper, but for now I'd like to get these run. There is steel plate, which means versatile framework assembler be the first thing we start making here. No, let's go down a ways, because we're going to want smart plating probably before that. One of these, versatile framework. 5 per minute is not actually bad. That's a pretty good amount for, I mean, 30 beams a minute, that hurts. The beams per minute is what kills this process. It is so brutal. Okay, so 2 ingredients, super easy. We're gonna want a splitter right here. Remember, this is where right here is where frames are gonna go, and then the top one we're gonna have, that is where the steel plate are gonna come in. Let's get the rest of these in. I do love now that you can run belt over the top of a splitter and not have the game completely bark at you. We don't need super duper fast here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just enough for another assembler there, in case we need it. Yep. I knew that was eventually going to bite me. Right there. I knew it was. Let's get this in the corner over here, out of the way. Let's get it switched over to the other side. You go to there. You connect to you. And we want... If I need to move these later, I will. But I hate running into a situation where I need to stretch power somewhere. Okay, you can actually just power this straight up. All right, now... All right. The output for these, you guessed it, we are going to want a big storage for these. And just in case, again, what am I short on? I'm short on pipe. Whoa, look at that. Oh, no pipe there. I happen to know where there's some pipe. No. Don't fling yourself off. Give me some pipe. Pipe. Okay. I really need to get the mall on that stuff going. Soon. TM. Okay. Build you. And build you out. Okay, let's get rotors started, or not? Let's get the frames going. So I would like you. Let's just double check. Yep. Double check that. You to you. You know what? Let's make this a little cleaner. There we go. A lot of frames. Now I'm pretty sure I have at least 30 extra production of steel beams. So we have I think I have 6 crafters. Each crafter is making... I'm going to have to check this. Beams. Use those. Beam. 15. 15 there, so it's 90. I have 90 per minute. And then I'm using on this recipe, I'm using 72. 82. Oh, I don't have at least 30 per minute production of those. I just realized. Yeah, I kind of want to go out to my steel beam area where the encased beams are being made, and I want to switch that over to using pipe because it's way more efficient in terms of steel consumption. But here we have our first versatile frameworks ready to go. And now the entire system will have a chance to drain out. So yeah, a lot of little jobs to do. I'm making like 120 pipe per minute, so I'm not worried about that at the moment. We're draining all of the iron out of these older systems here. At least trying to. I happen to have a whole lot of these things on me. You can get put in there. And now it's super dark. When you put a roof over your head like that, it gets so dark. And I've heard them comment on whether or not they're going to add lighting, and they say that lighting is actually really hard to do and keep things rendering decently. Like, this is a huge waste to process all of this. One thing I could do, well, it seems kind of a waste. I'd need to add, like, take this down, add a splitter in there, and I could route the reinforced plate out there. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Because right now there's nothing out there using it. So yeah, it's just a matter of time now. It's just time. Is what it's gonna take. I'll have to keep an eye on my steel beams. Alright. So one of the last things I'd like to do is do a little mall for steel stuff up here on the second level. I could bring that stuff down to the main mall, but you know, we've already got a hypertube right here, so alright, so here is what I plan to do about this. Not sure. Organization here. We have one, two, three. Okay. Now, encased beams. This could be tricky. So what I think I'm gonna need to do, the splitter over here, this splitter here will supply, ooh, that does not line up, does it? Okay, scratch that idea. How about a splitter? No? Splitter. Here. You all slide in that way. You can come down into there. Pipes. What is that? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Keeps things up off of there so I can run underneath it and all that kind of stuff, but alright, we want a little stub. Showing what's in there. So this is just a little steel mall set up here. I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot of steel, and I do actually, I actually have a lot of steel plate over here. I'll grab it and move it and all that kind of stuff. But that is going to have to do it for this episode, everybody. And I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.